Since the Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Dončić, things have only gone downhill. It almost feels like the team is trying to upset their own fans. And recently, they've done it again. The last few months have been really bad. Fans are frustrated, and many have turned against the team. The phrase, "Fire Nico," referring to General Manager Nico Harrison, has become so popular that people chant it at Mavs games, hockey games, and even at public events. It's like the whole city of Dallas is angry. So what do you do when fans are this upset? Usually, a team holds a press conference. They explain their decisions, take questions, and try to calm everyone down. But for some reason, the Mavericks didn't do that. Nico Harrison only spoke for 5 minutes right after the trade, and since then, nothing. No answers. No explanation. It's like they made this huge decision, hurt their entire fanbase, and then disappeared. When they finally did hold a press conference, they made it even worse. It wasn't open to the public. It was invite only, with no cameras and no microphones allowed. They didn't want anything recorded. To fans, it looked like the team was ashamed of what they did and scared of going viral for the wrong reasons. It didn't feel honest. It felt like they were hiding. But even though the press conference was closed, we still got the quotes, and honestly, they were more awkward and embarrassing than expected. Fans were already upset, and instead of helping, the team's actions and words just made everything worse. After the Luka trade, things didn't just go wrong on the court, they got worse everywhere. The Mavericks' record since the trade is terrible. They went 13 wins and 20 losses. They dropped all the way down to the 10th seed. Meanwhile, the Lakers, the team that got Luka, went 23-13 and rose to the 3rd seed. Even if Dallas somehow wins the play-in tournament, they'll probably get beaten easily by a strong team like OKC. So what was the point? And while the team was falling apart on the court, the front office was making fans even angrier off the court. Right after the trade, they decided to raise ticket prices. Imagine losing your favorite player and then being told to pay more to watch the team lose. It just made fans feel even more disrespected. Then things got even uglier. Reports started coming out about Luka, from anonymous sources in Dallas, calling him lazy and talking about his weight issues. They even brought up his love for beer and hookah, like that's supposed to make fans turn against him. But it didn't work. Luka is still a fan favorite, and despite everything, he dropped 45 points on Dallas in a game, right after getting emotional in an interview. The way the team talked behind his back only made them look bad, not Luka. Finally, when GM Nico Harrison and team president Rick Welts spoke to the media, they made things worse. They claimed the trade made sense because defense wins championships, and that the team is now built around defense. But fans aren't buying that excuse, especially when the team they just broke apart had already made the finals. One of the biggest reasons things have gone wrong for the Mavericks is poor leadership, starting with the new owner, Patrick Dumont. Dumont took over and immediately made a huge mistake by letting Luka go. And now, it's clear he doesn't really understand basketball. According to reports, Dumont doesn't watch film. He doesn't study the game deeply or have a strong basketball background. Yet, he's the one making the big decisions. It's like letting someone fly a plane who's never been in a cockpit. He said he wants the team to be sustainable and defensive-minded, and that he's not just focused on star power. But the truth is, you need stars in the NBA. Every successful team has 1 or 2 great players, and Luka was one of the best in the world. Nico Harrison, the GM, is also facing criticism. He and Dumont seem to have made this decision together, but no one really knows who's in charge. Is it Dumont? Is it Nico? Is it someone else behind the scenes? Fans don't trust the front office anymore because they're not honest, and they don't seem to have a clear plan. There's also a lot of confusion about the trade itself. Why trade Luka for older players and role players? Why give up someone so young and talented for players who may only help for a year or 2, if at all? Nothing adds up. And to make it worse, the people in charge keep acting like everything is fine. They talk about how this was part of a long-term vision and how fans will understand soon. But fans are smart, and they're already seeing how badly this has gone. At this point, most Mavericks fans feel hopeless. There's no clear plan for the future, and the front office hasn't earned anyone's trust. The players they got in return for Luka haven't helped much. Anthony Davis has been injured again. Max Christie and Jalen Hood-Schifino are just okay, not players you build a franchise around. Rui Hachimura was part of the trade too, but he's not a star. So now, the Mavericks are stuck with an older team that still isn't winning. And it's not just about the players, it's about what this team gave up. Luka Dončić was a generational talent. You don't just find players like him. The idea that they gave him away because he was too hard to work with, or didn't fit their defensive system, just doesn't make sense. Great teams figure out how to build around their stars. The Mavericks didn't even try. To make things worse, Dallas doesn't control most of their future draft picks. So rebuilding won't be easy. There's no young star waiting in the wings. The only hope fans have now is a distant dream, maybe landing a player like Cooper Flagg years from now. But even that feels unlikely. The team is too good to get the top pick, but not good enough to contend. They're stuck in the middle, the worst place to be. Fans are tired. They're tired of being lied to, tired of watching their team fall apart, and tired of pretending everything is okay when it clearly isn't. The Luka trade was supposed to be bold, a fresh start. But now, it just looks like the biggest mistake in franchise history.